I wanted to talk about a concept that in law of attraction we hear a lot about, but it can be difficult to make sense of it. And what exactly does the idea of inspired action mean? So, if you're not familiar with inspired action, Abraham Hicks talks about it all the time. And what Abraham Hicks talks about is there is action that you will need to take when using the law of attraction, but it's inspired action. Now, there are two different types of action when you talk about the law of attraction, and it's important to understand the difference between the two and how exactly you are using the two. So there's forced action, and then you have inspired action. So forced action, essentially what it is it's you doing things because you feel like those things need to get done in order for you to create what you want. So you have an idea about starting a business, for instance, and you don't feel that great about it. You don't feel like your belief isn't there for it. And what you do is you start to force it. So you want it to happen so bad that you take action toward it, even though your vibration of energy isn't completely lined up. So you start thinking, okay, well, I want this business, and the first thing I need to do is start an LLC, but I really don't feel too good right now. Like, I'm not lined up vibration wise. But you go and start your own LLC anyways, and you're forcing the action. Now, what happens in that forced action is you're introducing a lot of resistance. Vibrationally, you're not lined up with it, and your belief system also is not lined up with it, but you're taking the action anyways, and you're forcing things to happen. And when you come from that attitude and that mindset of I'm forcing something to happen, you're actually keeping what you want further away. So yes, you might start the LLC, but the success of the business is now going to take you a lot longer than it would if you took inspired action. So you're efforting, but you're not making any sort of progress on that big business that you're ultimately looking to have. Now, where inspired action comes in is this is where you get your intention lined up with your vibration and your belief system. So we'll continue the business idea. So let's say you have an idea for a business, but you're not exactly sure what you want that business to be, and you're not exactly sure what the next steps are that you can take, but you're focused on, okay, I know that I want a business, I believe I can have a business, and I feel good about starting a business. So those three things are lined up. And then what starts to happen is things surrounding you start to line themselves up so that the how presents itself. So you're not taking unnecessary action when you don't know what to do. So inspired action, what it does is it lines up the right people, circumstances, and situations that are necessary for you to take in order to have that successful business. So this is effortless action. This is where you're just feeling good all the time. You believe in what you're going after and you have the intention behind it. And then what starts to happen is something just feels right to you. Hey, I'm going to go talk to this person over here. I'm going to go meet with this person for lunch, or I'm going to go invest into this because it feels right. And what happens is let's say that you do go meet with somebody and that person's like, oh, I know exactly how to start a business. I've done that before. And then they give you the information. So now you know what the next logical step is. You know what the how is. That is the inspired action. The inspired action is I'm not forcing this business. I'm just going to do whatever feels right in the moment. So meeting with this person who's ultimately going to teach me how to start this business is the inspired action because you felt great about meeting with that person, even though it had nothing to do with business at the time. It just felt right to you. So that's the big difference between inspired action and forced action. And when you come from inspired action, things line up for you a lot easier and you're not efforting to get what you want. So I hope that helped.